Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diverse Goddess. It's Hannah, and on my channel we talk about many diverse topics, and today I'm going to be talking about mask culture, so keep watching. So yes, mask culture. Everyone knows that we're in a situation right now where we all have to wear our masks. But I'm not going to be talking today just about the physical masks that we've been wearing as a society. I'm going to be talking about the spiritual mask and the fact that as a society and a culture, we've actually all been wearing masks, not just now. So I've talked about what the coronavirus means on a spiritual and metaphysical level in my other videos, in my coronavirus videos. So if you want to go check those out, I'll leave a link of those videos below. But I mentioned in those videos how we can manifest a virus in ourselves individually, but we can also manifest a virus collectively. I also mentioned in those videos that the coronavirus could be seen as an ego and trauma manifestation of humanity's collective unconsciousness. And so what I'm trying to basically say too is that before something gets manifested in the physical seen world, it first gets manifested in the non-physical, in the unseen first. And before it gets manifested in the physical realm, it can start off as a feeling, an idea, but either way, it starts off internally, or it's a subconscious manifestation first, and then eventually it'll become in the physical reality. So what does that have to do with mask culture? Well, I mentioned how everything has to start off in the unseen first before it becomes seen. And right now we're living a reality where we're all seen wearing masks. So what does that tell you? That means somewhere as a collective humanity, we've all been wearing masks in an unseen way before now. And what is a mask essentially? It's to cover up something, it's to hide, it's to conceal, and it's to give a false illusion about something. And so people have been wearing masks, like I've said, way before now. Like, for example, someone could be very unhappy, but they wear a smile, and that is their mask to cover up what they're really feeling. Or let's say somebody has a family secret, but again, you have to put on your mask to cover up that family secret. And then there's other type of masks that aren't just necessarily about hiding, but it's about changing who you are, becoming a different person. Sometimes masks are about changing your identity. So when you interact with your friends, you wear one mask, or when you interact with your parents, you wear one mask. When you go to work, you put on another mask. We have all kinds of masks that people wear. And people have become comfortable with wearing those masks to such a point where people don't even really question it, and it almost becomes a part of, like, if you don't wear a mask, if you really show your true self, some people might like it and some people might appreciate it, but there's a lot of people who will look at it as almost like, why aren't you wearing a mask? Because you not wearing a mask makes them feel uncomfortable for wearing theirs. And so that is actually where this mask culture really started in terms of manifesting into reality. So yes, we have a quote-unquote virus or a pandemic on a global scale, but it also perpetuated and manifested because we as a collective have created it, basically. So that is kind of my point, that people have become so normalized and comfortable with people wearing their masks in a non-physical way that it finally manifested itself in a real physical way. And we are moving into a period where physical masks, these ones, the physical ones that we've had to wear, are going to be seen as the norm. Just as normal as it was when people were wearing their non-physical masks. It's going to be seen as like, okay, when you leave for the house, you have to have your keys, your wallet, and your mask. So why does this really happen? Because, I mean, who really wants to wear a physical mask? Nobody. But because we got so comfortable wearing them in a non-physical way, it finally did have to manifest itself into actuality into reality. So why did this happen? Because most people, if you hear them talk, they just want to get back to normal. They just want everything to go back to normal. But the reason why it's happened is because people are so comfortable with hiding, whether it be hiding their true identity, whether it be hiding secrets, whether it be hiding things that they feel ashamed of. I mean, the list goes on. People are comfortable with concealing and hiding. People are not comfortable with showing their true face or real face, whether it be literally or spiritually. And the only way that we are going to go back to normal is if people start to become comfortable with the truth. And if people start becoming comfortable with exposing their true selves and showing their real face. Now, I'm not going to go into all the politics of mask culture, because there's a lot of people who feel very strongly like, let's not wear a mask, and there are people who want to wear a mask. I wear a mask out of respect for other people to make them feel comfortable. But in all honesty, I hate wearing a mask. I feel like these masks are like a straitjacket for my face. Like, it's really uncomfortable. And also, I don't like to see other people in them because it's like I can't see your face. And that is what a mask does. It hides who you are. Before, in a non-physical sense, it was hard to know who people really are on an emotional level or what they're really thinking, because again, like I said, people wore spiritual masks or whatever mask they felt they needed to put on for whatever particular situation. But now it's really hard to see who people really are in a physical sense. Like, you can't see if somebody is happy, you can't see if somebody needs your help. Like, you can't see people anymore right now. And the sad truth is people are okay with wearing the physical mask because they were always comfortable and okay with wearing the non-physical mask or the emotional, spiritual mask that people wore before now. And it's because without a mask, people feel naked. Without a mask, people feel exposed. But the truth is, the people who feel uncomfortable without wearing a mask, whether it be a literal one or a spiritual one, is because they must feel like they have something to hide. Because if you have nothing to hide, being exposed shouldn't be an issue. And in truth, we have to evolve as people and as humanity and expose who we are again. Otherwise, we're going to keep manifesting diseases, and we're going to keep manifesting forms of prisons for ourselves. Like, this is not just a straitjacket for your face, it's also a prison for your face. And the irony is, even though we're all wearing physical masks right now, and like I've mentioned in my other videos, my coronavirus videos, how this is actually, or we're in a time period right now where things are actually going to be exposed. Because not only have we been wearing a spiritual mask as people, we've also been wearing masks and hiding and covering up a lot of things in life. And a lot of people already know, like, the human trafficking and child trafficking is being uncovered. So there's going to be a lot of masks that are going to be removed through this time period that we're in. And so everything that has been hidden and concealed is going to come to the forefront, is going to become very clear and exposed. So people are going to have to start to get comfortable with exposure, because you're going to start to see your family for who they really are, your friends, yourself, everything. And so, like I've already mentioned, the only people who have issues with exposure is people who have things to hide. So this is also can be seen as a very positive time too, because like I've said, everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. So this is going to be a time for, like, truth and honesty. And one of the reasons why things are being so exposed right now is because we've come to a critical point as a humanity and as a society where we can no longer hide things. And I've used this analogy before in my other videos of, like, say you have mold in a refrigerator and you just try to throw a towel over it, and that towel could be seen as like the mask. And a lot of people, they think, okay, let's just throw something over a problem or an issue or something we don't want to see, right? Instead of cleaning it up, we just throw something over it to hide it. And people think, oh, the problem is solved. And no, the problem is not solved, because the mold just grows more and the problem becomes bigger. And so everything is being exposed because we have been hiding things for so long and throwing masks over them that the mold or the issues of society and our culture and of life have gotten to such a point where we can no longer hide the mold. There's not enough masks in the world to hide, the shit that we need to clean up, basically. And the ironic thing about throwing a mask, whether it be over mold or a face or in any way trying to hide something, it only fuels and makes whatever you're trying to hide bigger. So if people really want to start to go back to normal, because isn't that what everyone says? Oh, I just can't wait till things start to go back to normal. If that's really the case, in order for that to happen, people have to remember themselves again, and people have to start getting real, and people have to start getting honest. People have to truly start healing the wounds that they've been hiding, or the things that they haven't wanted to look at, or things that they haven't really wanted to deal with. All of those things are going to have to be dealt with if people want to go back to so-called normal. The other thing about masks that I forgot to mention is that yes, it can feel like a straitjacket for your face, but it also acts as a form of muzzle. So it can be stifling for your voice. And so again, if people want to go back to normal, they're going to really have to start to not only speak up for themselves, but show who they really are again. And I'm not saying to not wear a mask right now. Like I said, I'm not going to the politics of it all, but I really don't like mask culture. I mean, I've never liked it when people wore a fake face or a fake mask on a spiritual level, but having to wear it on a physical level is even worse. And I almost want to start a hashtag or something like free the face. But, I want to see people again. I want to hear people again. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way too. But like I've said, in order to do that, in order to manifest that, because like I've said, we manifested the physical mask because we were wearing a non-physical mask for so long in a spiritual sense. And so if we want to manifest or create a culture that we truly desire, we have to start getting honest. We have to start being true to ourselves. And we have to start exposing the darker sides of life and cleaning up our mold. And so on that note, I'm going to end today's video. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And you can also find me on Instagram at Hannah Rokes. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.